when that happens, we have to be very aware that our sense of control is at play, right? Because what we're doing is saying, if I could control the situation more, then the outcome would have been different. Hey loves, my name is Dantea and I'm your fave self-worth therapist and coach. And this is my show, Situationship. This show is about getting out of toxic situationships that go beyond partners to family and friends and everything in between, to living a life of joy and self-worth. Okay, let's get into it. Hey loves, hey lovelies, welcome back. Oh my goodness, today we are going to be talking about breakups. I'm not going to say all things breakups. I have a very, I have a very narrow path on today's topic. I'm not spreading out into a lot of things. And then again, it's also me. So we could go on a whole journey and we could be here for 40 minutes. I have no idea. However, you already know because you can see the duration of this episode and maybe it's only 15 minutes and not 40. So you know the future in this moment. I do not. Like most of the time when, I talk about a topic, we're going to be talking about the definition of a breakup. Right. So I pulled from the internet. I forgot. I think this one might be Oxford. I'm not sure. What is a breakup? What does a breakup mean? And I actually really love, how they give you one version and they give you like more in a everyday life kind of example. We're going with the first one they listed because I was like, yes. So what is a breakup? A breakup is the separation or breaking up of something into several pieces or sections. I'm going to say it again. A breakup is the separation, that's one, or breaking up of something into several pieces or sections. Now, I don't know where your mind's going, so where my mind's going. When I read that, the breaking up of something into several pieces or sections, to me, because when I'm in relationships, whatever goes before that, romantic, friendship, work, whatever, I'm giving my all. I'm invested. I'm showing up as best I can every time, right? Now, keep in mind, when I say I'm showing up as best I can, I'm not saying I'm showing up perfectly. I'm saying I'm showing up as best I can. And when a relationship doesn't work out, I do feel like I am in orbit of molecules. Like I'm just like spread. I'm totally unhinged, right? It's like totally in orbit. So I really love this definition because that's exactly how I feel. And when I work with my clients and when I hear from you all, it's very similar. It's like, I feel like I don't know myself anymore after this breakup. I feel like, I feel stupid. I feel embarrassed. So there are so many layers happening within a breakup, right? Now, here's the more enlightening, let's look in the future, let's press forward kind of also definition of a breakup, which can oftentimes feel forced by others when you're the one going through it. We say like breakups, endings, transitions, they are also a chance for self-discovery and growth. When I hear that when I'm fresh in a breakup, I'm like, boo, I don't care about growth. I don't care about self-discovery because this is how it's supposed to be ever, right? So like that is where my mind goes. And I do fully believe it is a chance for self-discovery. It is a chance for growth. Let me rehydrate with a White Claw. So it's true, right? For real. It's true. Like, yes, we feel broken up. Yes, we feel like, oh my God, again? Why? Well, why? And it is a chance for growth and healing and, self-discovery. And so, as I say, I do not always mean one thing. I do not always mean breakup meaning romantic. a breakup can also be, like I said before, friendships with a job, family members, even therapists, right? Doctors, whoever. Anytime a relationship is coming to an end, whether it's by your own doing, the other person, the company, circumstances, someone passing, whatever, like maybe myself, with some family members decided to step away from those relationships. Maybe you've done that as well. They all can be considered as breakups. They can all be considered as a time of separation. So when we are given these opportunities, we feel like we're kind of floating, right? This through space, kind of, maybe you're just going through the motions. And so I want to talk about ways to get back to you, way to get back to center, way to get back to our alignment, way to get back to our identity, way to get back just to us, grounding, whatever. So there are some activities that I would recommend when you're going through a breakup. These are some of the things that I do. Well, actually, all the things on here are the things that I do. I'm just going to read them off for you, and then we can break them down as we read through each one. But first, so I'm going to tell you about how I deal with breakups, because for me, like I said before, I'm also a Leo. Like, I love hard. I care a lot about people. And when something ends, whether it's on my end or the other entity, person's end, as an entity, as in like if it's a job or something or a situation or whatever, it takes a toll on me. Immediately I'm thinking I was too much, not enough. I'm thinking, oh, how could I be so stupid for not seeing other certain things? I really go back to almost like I can control time. I really go back to, okay, if I just wouldn't have done that 2 months before, or if I never would have said yes in the first place, or if I would have just managed my emotions better, or if I would have just called back, or if I would have just not said anything, or if I would have just showed up on time, or whatever it is, right? Had longer hair, been skinnier, oh my God, whatever it is, right? Then it could have stopped something from breaking up. And my dear, lovely friends, when that happens, we have to be very aware that our sense of control is at play, right? Because what we're doing is saying, if I could control the situation more, then the outcome would have been different. And that's just not true. And now, unless one of you guys over here have created the superpower to go back in time and control every little thing, you let me know. Call me. Right? Until then, we can't control anything but ourselves. And even some things within ourselves is like, oh, didn't know that. Couldn't control that.
If you're listening to this episode, I bet you're wondering what behaviors you're doing that keep you from getting your needs met and ending up in situationship after situationship. I got you. I've created a situationship quiz and I'm so excited about it. Take the quiz to discover more behaviors and more tips for navigating situationships, because I know you're in more than one right now. No judgment, boo-boo. I used to have 5 situationships at a time. Yes. So you're not alone. You can find the quiz at www.dontea.co/quiz. That's DONTEA.co/quiz. I'll drop it in the show notes as well. Okay, back to the episode.
A lot of things start to happen at this moment. We're sad, we're hurt, we're doubting, we're feeling insecure. I get that. And I want you to live in that moment for as long as you need to live and go through the minutia of it, and the sticky and the ugly and the embarrassing, the crying and the, random laughs and things like that. I want you to feel it. Because if you don't feel it, then we're not doing the whole self-discovery. We're not doing the growth. We're not learning lessons. We're not figuring out next time around, I want to have more boundaries. I want to have less boundaries. I want to show up more. I want to show up less. I want to recalibrate, and then breakups could also be like, woo, thank God. That's over, baby. That's over, baby. Right? Maybe that's what it is too. And that's another opportunity for growth and self-discovery. What are the reasons that this feels like the right thing to do, right? And remembering those things. So, all that to say, how can we get back to self? Along the way of feeling the feelings. Now, don't rush through that. Don't rush through that, because you will boomerang back to where you were before you know it, and you will continue to repeat the cycles. And then that's how we end up here with me talking about situationships and toxic cycles and on and on. And it goes on and on and on and on. It's not keep it like a rolling. So what are the words? What are the words? Okay. So here are the activities that I've listed out, and we can get into these. Okay, so activity, these is in no particular order. I'm just naming them. So 1, practice self-care. This means, for me, I will say to you, this means like licking your wounds. This means enjoying comfort. This means seeking out comfort. This means really asking yourself what feels good to me. This could also mean self-care. I want to live in a clean house. I'm going to maintain a clean house as best I can during this moment, right? Self-care also could be within self-prevention, So I am washing my body every day. Or it could even be I'm washing my body every other day, because every day is a struggle right now, right? It could be that. Self-care could look like, instead of just binging out watching TV, because that's not good for you. For me, I love TV forever and ever. I'm going to sit outside. Maybe that's going to be the thing, right? Just practicing self-care, being kind to self, right? Saying positive things after we say all the negative things, like, oh, okay, we had that moment. Now say the positive things to yourself, because yourself needs that, right? This is hard. We gotta recoup. We gotta tend to the needs. We gotta take care of self, right? How do you take care of you? All right, number 2, connect with loved ones. When we go through breakups, again, friendships, romantic, jobs, whatever, it's really easy. It's really easy to disconnect from everybody, because I can't trust anybody, and I can't believe, and right? It's really easy to go there. Again, allow yourself to go there. Allow yourself to have those moments. And then I really want you to ask yourself, has this person ever done this to me? Has this person ever said they didn't want to hear from me? Has this person shown up for me? Has this person been asking me how I'm doing and I've been ignoring it? Maybe you don't even have to think that hard. Maybe you just already know who those people are that love and support you, that are here for you, that want to be here with you. Right? So connect with the ones who love you, because you're going to need them. You're going to need them to validate you, to uplift you, to challenge you if you want that. When I go through breakups, I want to hear those who I trust opinions of like, did I miss anything? Was something I missed, And it could be, no, you don't. I don't think you missed anything. It could be, yeah, well, I think sometimes when you feel hurt, you act this way. Or especially when I was younger and I was dating a lot, if I ever felt annoyed, I'm like, even the slightest annoyance, I'm like, I'm out of here. Bye. Right. So maybe I'm not seeing things through as long as I could. Right? Connect with loved ones. Let them pour into you, because again, right now, breakup, we may be feeling like we are broken into many pieces. Separations can be hard. Okay. Number 3, I want you to focus on personal growth. Here it is, personal growth, right? And so tying that in to like your loved ones, and if you do want to know like, or what are some of the things I could have done differently, then you can be asking yourself or asking them, let me know what you see. Take that in. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to be like, okay, I should make things less about me. You don't have to be like, oh, okay, I shouldn't try to push in on an issue if I'm not getting the kind of service that I want, because that's going to embarrass my partner or my friend or my family member or whatever. You don't have to take that. No, if you feel like it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't. What I'm saying is sit with it, check in with self. Yep, that resonates. I think I want to work on that. Nope, doesn't resonate. I'm fine with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? because I've been thinking about my friends who have chosen to not have sex until marriage. And, you know, they could meet someone, they're dating, and then they break up maybe because this person wanted to have sex before marriage. And they're like, no. And, you know, someone could say to you, well, I mean, maybe you just have sex, you know, just to like get it out the way. So like, it's no longer like a barrier, you know, like maybe you're not experiencing everything you need to experience. Now, the person who feels within their soul, I don't want to have sex until I'm married, that doesn't fit for them. So no, thank you. I'm not going to take that on. I'm not going to, okay, yeah. I'm just going to go against my values and I'm just going to have sex. Because maybe that will protect me from heartache, which, you know, it won't. Like, there's not one thing that will protect you from heartache. So that's an example of focusing on personal growth. Next one, journaling. I take a breath because even as a therapist, I've been doing this for 10 years. You know, it feels like journaling still feels very cliche, small. How's that going to help us? The best way I can say the reasons for journaling to be so effective and continue to be very effective, because we go throughout the day, our weeks, our months, our years, and we just hold on to all of the shit. It's in our heads, swirling around, and it comes out in like sex, eating, spending, traveling, avoiding, multiple relationships, all that kind of stuff. By journaling, it allows you to empty all the things in your mind. It allows you to process through the things in your mind instead of them just being there, just stuck in just like, I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know what you don't want to do. It's like we can really process and just empty it out, just dump the thing out. And so you can feel lighter. And so all these thoughts from all the past months and years are not just taking up so much space. I'm not saying the thoughts won't return. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the hurt or the self-doubt and insecurity, the overthinking. I'm not saying that won't return. I'm saying letting it out won't be as strong when it does return, because you need to vent. You just need to vent, period. Okay. All right. So the next one is exercise and prioritize your health. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying lose weight. I'm not saying gain weight after a breakup on the way to getting back to you. I'm saying, clinically speaking, moving your body is an excellent option for our energy bank. When we are not moving our body, ideally every day, we're not moving our body, we're not pumping our blood, we're not practicing the mechanics of our joints and legs, you know, we're not digesting the way we can. We're not, you know, for me, like PCOS, which I think is the first time I've said this on the podcast. Yeah, so I have PCOS. Moving your body is important to help with the burning of the sugar and to move things along, right? So it's really good for our energy bank and it's good for our mental health. When people are, I don't know if you've ever, for those of you who have been diagnosed with depression, maybe who haven't, and you feel like, yeah, buddy, I feel depressed. You will often see studies will say exercise. And they say that because when you exercise, it's the opposite of what depression wants you to do. The best way, the most effective, and the most challenging way to overcome depression is by doing, right? Depression cannot live in a space of doing. Depression lives in a space of stillness and stuck. So when we're moving our body, we're breaking out of the depression toxic cycle, the depression circle, right? That's what I mean. Okay. The next one, explore new experiences. And I mean, whatever you want that to mean, okay? I mean, like, you know, you hear these celebrities that are saying, like Keke Palmer and Wayne Brady, that are saying they are now, maybe have been, they're identifying as queer. You know, Wayne Brady said he identifies as pansexual, right? Checking with that, experiencing new things if you want to take that route, experiencing sex in a different way, experiencing threesomes, experience backpacking, experience a new job, a solo trip, a group trip, cooking classes. My favorite thing for you, I want you to practice speaking up more, right? Maybe that was one of the biggest things that you've come out of all of this. How can I get back to myself? And when I get back to myself, what will I look like? Will it be the same? Is it going to change? Is it going to increase? I want you to practice speaking up more, always and forever. Okay. Last one I'll say is seek support. Remember, this is not in like any particular order. Seek support though, baby. Please seek support. Whether that's therapy, coaching, you can work with me if you like. Seeking support to help you get an idea outside of yourself and outside of the people who are closest to you, right? Especially if you feel like this is something I've gone through so many times before. So for me, right before I finally, I'm looking for another therapist right now. Before I found my first therapist, I was in the same cycle of relationships just burning out. Not every relationship, quite a bit. They were just burning out. And I didn't understand what was happening. I also found myself feeling like I wasn't happy just on a day-to-day, like just really just like took a lot of energy. I want to know about that, right? And so I was tired of that. I was tired of being so insecure, overthinking everything. And there was something else happening too with my boyfriend at the time. I would get so irritated with him in a way that I didn't like. Like there's space for, okay, I'm upset by the thing you said. Okay, I'm frustrated. Okay, I need a moment. Me, when he would say something, we would get into tiffs, disagreements. I would get so angry, I would leave the house because I didn't want to scream, whatever. Sometimes I would scream at him. I would. And I don't like that. I don't even like sharing that right now, And that was also the kick for me. Like, girl, you got to get this together because, whether this relationship survives or not, like we can't continue to be this way. Like we cannot continue to be this monster. So I went to therapy. All right. Those are some activities. Some are mindset. Some are just, actual physical, like movement activities. Of course, there are so many more. These are the ones that I wanted to share that I like, that I feel like can be reachable for you to achieve. And let me know how it goes. All right. Like always, healing takes time. There's no rush to this. Breakups are hard. Breakups suck. And I want you to get back to yourself. I want you to at least feel like you have a way back to yourself. Okay. So you got this. Until next time. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the show, loves. This show was produced by Mackenzie Mazel and me, Dantea. If you got a question you'd like me to answer, which I know you do, please send it to dantea@soireesandtherapy.com. That's SOIREES for soirees. When you do that, the answer might just become an episode, and I would love to keep talking about your question. Want to work with me? The link is in the show notes. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next episode. Okay.